8:23, welcome back to BT. Getting set for December, the holidays, and cooler temperatures. Dr. Amelia Gordon from BC SPCA joining us right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're coming out to help us all out for those with the furry friends and their family. How we start caring for our pets, and the first thing I think, we have our dog Smiley, his paws outside. What do we need to watch for when we're going for those walks?
Yeah, so road salt and sidewalk salt can be really irritating to paws and also to their mouth if they lick it. You should watch for cracked paws, red, licking, and what we recommend is don't let dogs walk through or lick snow or puddles where there's lots of salt, and then clean their paws when they come in, or you can actually buy special booties or even just use baby socks to protect his feet.
You know, the baby socks or the booties on the dog are always fun to watch because you know they hate putting those things on. But if we're cleaning the paws off and you know there's been salt, is it just basic water we're using?
Yeah, I would use like warm water on a cloth, so you're kind of like getting in there and wiping between the paw pads.
Okay, and watch for that licking as you mentioned. What about the idea? I think I look at the animals, they've got this fur coat to stay warm. How do we know they are warm enough outside?
Yeah, so if they can have trouble if you suddenly put them in a cold temperature just like we can. We brought a dog today and he's fitted out with a winter jacket, so some animals will get used to and enjoy wearing a winter jacket. Otherwise, you want to just, when you start like snowshoeing with your dog or skiing, just start gradually, and if they seem like they're shivering or kind of hunched over or uncomfortable, just bring them inside and let them get used to it gradually, just like we do.
Those are the signs to watch for. Okay, and there's an interesting technique, the thump and think before you drive. How does this work?
Yeah, so kitties, you know, they love being warm, so they go to warm places like car engines, and sometimes overnight they'll hang out there if they're living outside. And if you turn on your car and drive away with the cat under there, they can become severely injured. So we often recommend just basically thump on your hood a couple times with a closed fist, just to make a loud sound and wake up any kitty who might have found that a warm place to sleep.
And with the car, antifreeze, are we changing the materials and resources we're using?
Yeah, so traditional antifreeze has ethylene glycol. It's really sweet and it's really toxic. 1 teaspoonful can kill a cat, and about a tablespoonful can cause kidney failure in a small dog. So they've been adding bittering agents to it since 2011, but they're not totally reliable. Some animals will still eat that traditional antifreeze. What we recommend that's safer for pets and wildlife is to use a propylene glycol-based product. So ask at the place where you buy it and they'll know how to help you find it.
Okay. So if we are outside, when we're in the winter season, should we shorten the length of our walks, or if we prepare accordingly with the jackets, that it's still okay to go for those long walks?
It's still okay to go for long walks, but if it's really cold, you might just kind of watch how your dog is doing. A lot of dogs who are used to being outside really love going for long walks in the winter because they don't get as winded. Like, they find it refreshing, but it's really up to your individual dog. Some, especially if they're not used to it, they will have some trouble.
Okay, before we bring Kay on, things in the house, especially during holiday season, tinsel, Christmas trees, chocolate, what do we need to be aware of? Yeah,
so definitely fatty holiday foods, chocolate, things that are sweetened with xylitol, those can all be dangerous. Make sure that you're not kind of indulging alongside your pet, but also that you're locking up trash and garbage, because they're really smart. They'll get into it. We worry about tinsel, especially for cats, so stringy things, tinsel, ribbon, like ribbon on packages. Cats find that irresistible, so they'll think it's a toy, and they can ingest it and get some pretty serious intestinal blockages. So that's what we're mainly worried about there. And then so there are some plants. We always talk about poinsettias as being a concern. They're actually not that toxic. Things like holly, mistletoe, true lilies, those are things that we really worry about. So if you have pets in the house, it's best just not to bring those into your house at all.
Okay, and lock down that tree so it doesn't tip over.
Yeah, so secure the tree so it doesn't tip over, and also make sure that the water in the base of the tree isn't accessible to your pets. There can be chemicals and things that can be irritating in that water.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Kay's been waiting patiently.
Kay's been waiting patiently for a home and to meet you.
Let's meet Kay this morning, waiting for the treats on the side. Now, what's Kay's story?
So Kay is 5 years old, and he is a lovely dog. He came to us because his family moved, and a couple weeks ago, actually. He loves people. He's good with small dogs, and we've been starting to introduce him to other dogs as well. He does have a little bit of arthritis in his back leg. He had a surgery there before, but he's a great dog, just wants to be indoors and have a family to love him.
Look at these loving eyes. Right there, Kay. Someone's going to adopt you, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
5 years old, spcaa.bc.ca. Kay could be in your family. Dr. Amelia Gordon, thanks so much. You couldn't resist. I know. Look at that
sorry.
cute face.
Thank you. Probably wasn't supposed to leave the couch.
Hey, it's your job. I totally get it. Jeffrey, thanks so much. We'll take a break.